Welcome back. This is Rito here with another Calamity endgame weapon showcase. Today we're going to be looking at two items. The first is the Valediction, and the other is the rare variant of it, which is called the Reaper. So here's the Reaper, and here's the Valediction. These are both rogue weapons that can be obtained after defeating the Polterghast and before fighting the Devourer of Gods. The first one I want to try is the normal version of the weapon, the Valediction. And it's got about 30,000 damage per second, so it's able to get around 40,000 damage if I'm standing pretty close to it. We do have a lot of items that are post Devourer of Gods, so I did craft this Blood Flare armor. So let's put that on because that will help the damage be a little bit more normal. It drops the damage down to about 26,000. For those who haven't noticed yet, the Blood Flare armor actually has a new sprite, and it looks really cool. Okay, let's put our Orc Tesla back on and test the Reaper. So the Reaper actually summons additional projectiles here, and it's doing 40,000, 44,000. It's doing about the same, but a little bit higher. We've got like slimes and stuff below us, and these projectiles are actually homing in and killing slimes and other enemies below us. So this has got some other utility past what the Valediction has. Now I'm curious how it performs on an improved dummy and the difference between the two. The normal variant is doing like 25, 27, and the upgraded variant is doing actually around the same. 25, 26. The Valediction is rolled to Unreal, and it's the best roll it can get, and it's got 1,479 rogue damage, 94% critical strike chance, very fast speed, insane knockback, and it says that it throws a homing Reaper scythe. The Reaper, which is the rare variant, has 546 rogue damage, 94% critical strike chance, very fast speed, strong knockback, and it says slice and dice. Stealth Strike throws 4 at once. The next thing I want to test is how well these pierce enemies. So with the Valediction, it can pierce infinitely, and that is so cool. Now let's try the rare variant, and you can see it does not pierce in the same way. And what it does is when it hits, it creates like a homing projectile that goes and finds something else to hit. And you see right there, that was when I had a Stealth Strike. It shoots 4 out and then homes with 4. But the fact that the Valediction can pierce infinitely means that on bosses, it could do some really crazy good damage, like on the Devourer of Gods and some other bosses like that. I just put down some more super dummies and increased the distance, and the Valediction is able to get up to 500,000 DPS with this many target dummies. It's pretty awesome. I forgot to mention, this is actually a really highly homing attack. I'm shooting away from these enemies right now, and it's still homing in on them. So to get these items, there's no crafting recipe. It's simply go kill Reaper Sharks after defeating the Polterghast. The normal variant has a 33% drop rate from the Reaper Sharks, and the rare version has a 1% drop rate from Reaper Sharks. So you will need to be farming Reaper Sharks for quite some time. The next thing I want to do is try these on the Devourer of Gods, but I'm going to throw on Orc Tesla just to make these fights go a little bit faster. Right now I'm doing the Reaper, which is the rare variant. And it's nice that it really homes in on the head. Okay, now we're doing some good damage. I will say this is pretty dang slow for the Devourer of Gods. I would like to see this doing a little bit better for being the rare variant, but I think it's because of the piercing issues that it's really not doing that well. Okay, well, we finished the first form. Instead of doing the second form, I just ended it by activating the boss rush and turning it off. So let's go ahead and do another fight and use the normal variant of it and see how they compare. And with the normal variant, I may go ahead and finish the boss fight. This is already going a lot better. Being able to pierce is really helpful. Yeah, this is going so much faster. Oh my gosh, that was so much better. Yeah, definitely do not bother farming up the Reaper if you're going to try to use it on the Devourer of Gods, because the normal variant is so much better than the Reaper. At least for this particular fight. Wow, I did so much damage just in that first phase. Laser time. Ooh, and he teleported. Here we go. Laser time again. And where is he? Okay, this time we got adrenaline. So let's pop that and finish him off. There we go. I hope I'm pronouncing the weapon's name right, because if I'm not, that's a bummer because I've said the name so many times this episode. The Valediction is so much better against the Devourer of Gods. That might have been one of the best weapons I've used against it. It's just the fact that it homes and pierces is so powerful. So definitely, if you're going to be doing a rogue class and fighting the Devourer of Gods, don't feel compelled to farm up the Reaper for that purpose. I think where the Reaper will outperform is on like very chaotic invasion type situations potentially. Okay, here we go. So we got the Reaper, and the nice thing is the fact that it just has so much kind of random homing capabilities that it just knocks out everything. And of course, this is the buffed version of the Frost Moon, which you fight right after defeating the Devourer of Gods. Now let's try using the normal variant and see how this compares. I mean, it's also doing quite well. And in some ways, I would rather just have the straight piercing power of this normal variant. The final test that I want to do is a Providence fight, and I want to compare these two weapons on Providence. So let's start with the normal variant. Since these are pre-Devourer of Gods, this will take a little bit to defeat Providence. There we go. So we killed it in about the time it took to get to that first beat drop. So let's compare, that was with the normal variant, and let's do it once more with the rare and see if we can beat it faster than the beat drop for the Providence song. And I'm not going to use Rage or Adrenaline or anything because I didn't use that in the first fight. So right there, Providence died right around the same time the beat dropped. So the Reaper did about the same with Providence as the original normal variant of the weapon. In fact, the normal variant did slightly better, probably. Overall, I think these are both great weapons to get before the Devourer of Gods, and they're probably useful even after because of how powerful they are. After comparing these weapons side by side, I think my preference is actually the normal variant, because it did so much better against the Devourer of Gods. The ability to infinitely pierce is amazing, plus it still homes and does crazy good damage against single targets. So I think that's probably the one I would prefer and I would use, even if I had both. And it doesn't take hardly any time to farm up, because you only kill a couple Reaper Sharks and you'll have it. That concludes our showcase of the Valediction and the Reaper. I hope you all have found this video enjoyable and informative. If you have, be sure to like and subscribe. I also post other videos, like I'm currently working on a Calamity Death Mode Mage class playthrough, so if you're interested in that, be sure to check that out. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.